Hello, dear students. How are you all doing? This is Professor Neha, and today we will be discussing about how you can conquer your fears of speaking in public. So, it has been proven through a lot of research and studies that public speaking is a very big fear in the mind of people. Uh, just the thought of going on the stage and addressing a huge gathering makes the people sweat and shiver with a lot of panic and fear. And lot many times this happen because we have lot of thoughts in our mind that how will we perceived by the public, what will they think about us, will I I hope I don't do any mistake on the stage, how will the audience accept me. So there are lot many things which keep on going in the mind of the speaker before going on the stage. So it is said that you have to do thorough practice at your end first. You have to do your homework thoroughly before delivering any speech, because unless and until you are confident with your content and you have rehearsed and practiced about speaking, you won't be able to do miracles on the stage. So it is very advisable that thoroughly you have to plan how you are going to deliver, what will be the content, and how you are going to present your content, who will be the audience. You have to also do an analysis of your audience. What are their interest level? Audience is from which background? How you can correlate with your audience? What benefit they will have from your speech? So you have to keep in mind all these things. And it is also seen that if the speaker is speaking on the stage and if the audience is sleeping, it means someone has to wake up the speaker. This sentence means that the speaker has to be in touch. He has to be totally aligned with the with the audience mind. He has to while speaking, he should be active enough to see the reaction of the audience, how they are behaving, how they are reacting. Are they in tune with the speaker? Are they nodding their head? That is called as non-verbal communication. Are they nodding their head? Are they showing their presence? Or are they just sitting dull and just listening passively to what the speaker is saying? So no matter who you are, you have to create interest in your audience. So whatever subject, whatever topic you want to speak, no matter you are the topper of the class or you are an average student, whatever you are, and whatever is your background, you have to create interest in your audience, because unless and until you create interest, the audience will not be able to show full attention, give their full attention to you. So you have to make your content really interesting, as well as you have to deliver your content in a very interesting way. So this way, you will be in a better position to deliver your speech effectively. And public speaking is a blend of learning and natural skills. So sometimes we see that there are few students who are very natural on stage or in the class for that matter. They speak from the heart, and even though they might not be very academically good, but they are really good in putting their thoughts into words and expressing them. So it is because they have this natural skill of speaking. And also those who lack this natural skill, they can improve it by learning. So public speaking can be learned, it can be improved through practice. And while speaking, you will have critics in front of you. So you cannot assume that while you are speaking, everybody will be in alignment to what you are saying, or they will agree with everything you are saying. So you will see a lot of critics in front of you. So you will have to accept that. You cannot be in a denial mode that I cannot have any critics, you know. So you have to accept that, and you have to react for a fraction of a second. That's the way, that is the best way to handle your critics, because if you pay too much attention to that 2% of the crowd who is not agreeing with you, you are doing injustice to the remaining 98% of the people who are listening to you. So even if you see criticism, you see critics in front of you who are not agreeing to what you are saying, or their body language is such a way that they are portraying that they are not listening to you. So you will have to just give them a fraction of second of your attention, and then you have to be so much practiced that you put your attention back to whatever you were saying, focus on those people who are listening to you, your listeners. So that way you will be able to do justice to your audience. Otherwise, if you pay a lot of attention to the critics, you will be distracted, you will feel demotivated, you will get deviated from the topic, and the whole purpose of giving a public speech, it will not be met. So you have to keep this in mind, that don't pay too much attention to your critic, and keep your focus, your whole focus, your full attention on the people who are listening to you, and do justice to them. So when you speak on the stage, you are like a king or a queen, and you have to behave accordingly. So consider that while you are there on the stage, you have to consider that you are like a king or a queen. So when just for a second, just imagine a king or a queen, and imagine them in their full majesty, and in their full power, how they would walk, how they would speak, how they would conduct themselves. Similarly, you have to conduct yourself on the stage. And you can do this only if you learn the skills of public speaking. It cannot happen on its own. You will have to learn how to behave like a king or queen on the stage by learning the skills of public speaking. So as you can see from this diagram, this person is speaking and the audience is nodding. They are making notes of what the speaker is saying. So full attention the speaker has of the audience towards himself. So the purpose of this discussion today is to help the students identify what makes them scared of public speaking in public, and to help the students learn to plan for and around the stage nervousness. That is, first of all, they have to identify their fears, what actually makes them scared related to public speaking, and to help them plan for whatever the stage fear they have. You have to keep those fears in mind, and you have to plan your stage presence around it. So first we will deal with objective one, that is to help students identify what makes them scared of speaking in public. So as you can see, these are very common public speaking fears, like boring the audience to sleep. We feel that my speech will get so boring after a certain amount of time that my audience will feel sleepy. And burping uncontrollably. Now burping, this is like a body's reaction to stress. So if you feel that on when you go on stage and you start burping, so and you're not able to control yourself, this might lead to some embarrassing situation for you. So you scared that also. Your teeth chattering, again, this is a reflex reaction by the body for stress, for dealing with stress. And you fear that while you will be on the stage, your teeth will chatter uncontrollably and you won't be able to handle the situation. Because of all these things, you feel that people will laugh at you. So you have a lot of fear related, like, if I do some mistake on the stage, then my audience will start laughing at me. Then what will happen? I will be so embarrassed. It will be like an insult, and I will be so embarrassed. So this is again a very huge concern people have in their mind. Tripping on the way up to the stage. People also have this fear that while they are going up on the stage, they might trip, their leg might get stuck in the carpet or in some wires, and they might fall on the stage. And this situation again will leave the audience laughing, and which again will be very embarrassing for the speaker. So can you think of any other public speaking fear which comes to your mind? Like what are your fears? What is there in your mind when you imagine yourself? Just close your eyes and think that you have to deliver a speech on the stage. Now imagine what all fears will come into your mind, which will stop you, which will prevent you from delivering an effective speech. And like we have mostly covered, like boring the audience to sleep, or burping uncontrollably, teeth chattering, people laughing at them, tripping on the way up to the stage. Other can be doing some mistake, making some mistake while you are speaking. Maybe you mispronounce a word, you pronounce it wrongly, or you skip a slide, like I'm giving a presentation over here, a PPT presentation. So suppose you forget this slide and you come directly to this can also amount to a mistake. So in our nervousness, we tend to forget certain things. We might even forget our speech also on the stage. So this can also lead to a lot of stress and embarrassment. So these are certain fear factors which prevent a person, to get comfortable on the stage as well as to deliver a effective speech. So there are certain questions I would like you to just go through them. So which are these questions? These are: what others' fears can you think of? Apart from the fears which we have already discussed, are there any other fears which you can think of? Are you surprised at all the things people fear about public speaking? So it might happen that you must not be necessarily having all these fears, but are you surprised by all the things people fear about public speaking? What might you do to prevent some of these fears from coming true? Now, if you were, as I said, about to deliver a speech, if you were in this position, what would you do to overcome such kind of fears? What is at least one solution or problem solving technique for each fear we have listed? Can you think of any solution or any problem solving technique for all these problems which we have listed over here? What nervous symptoms have you had before or while speaking in public? So in your past experiences, did you face any nervous systems while you had to give speech? So before giving a speech or while speaking on the stage, have you experienced any such kind of nervous symptoms? So if you feel like you have experienced, so you can write down on a piece of paper and we can discuss it later. So now let's discuss how we can help students to learn to plan for and around stage nervousness. So first we have discussed about what can be the possible, fear factors when you have to speak on the stage. And now we will discuss how students can learn to plan for and around the stage nervousness. That is how they can cope up with their stage nervousness. So as you can see, the first point is plan and prepare. So proper preparation and rehearsal can help to reduce fear by about 75%. So if you do your preparation and rehearsal properly, it will help you to reduce your fear, public speaking fear, by 75%, and that's a huge amount. So if you conquer, if you plan and prepare accordingly, so 75% of your work will be done. Proper breathing techniques can further reduce this fear by 15%. Many a times when we are nervous or agitated, we tend to breathe fast, and when we are breathing fast, our speech gets affected. So by practicing proper breathing techniques, it can further reduce this fear by 15%. And last is your mental state accounts for the remaining 10%. So whatever is there in your mind, it accounts for the 10%. So before going on the stage, I would recommend that you imagine that you are there on the stage and you are delivering a very good speech. The audience is listening to you, they are nodding their heads, their full attention is at you, and you are doing really well. They are clapping also, they're giving you huge applause. So if you go on the stage with this kind of mindset, so already 10% of the work will be done. But if you envision that you do some mistake, if you focus on your fears, like these, like this might happen, people will laugh at me, I might trip on the stage. So instead of focusing on the positive part, you are focusing yourself on the negative part, and accordingly your mind will send the signals to your body. So by and large, you have to focus on the positive side, you have to focus on the positive outcome. So 75% focus is on proper preparation and rehearsal, 15% on your proper breathing techniques, and the remaining 10% is your mental state. So let's discuss now 10 steps to reduce public speaking fears. And I'm sure you must be very eager to know about these steps. which will help you to overcome your fears. The first is know the room. Wherever you have to give the presentation, wherever you have to address an audience, whether it is a hall or a classroom or auditorium or maybe in the ground, first you have to know the room. That is the space where you have to deliver. So arrive early and walk around the room. So this will help you to get comfortable with the space. You will get an idea of how huge, how big the space is, what is the sitting arrangement, in which direction you have to stand. So you will get a look and feel of the space. Stand up front by the podium which we have in the class or on the stage. So you stand over there, and by standing over there, you look up at the audience. Test out the microphone if using one. If you plan to use microphone or mic, as it is called, so better is that you test it in advance, open it, speak on the microphone and see how the sound is coming. Walk around where the audience will be seated, so that you can see how much is the distance of the audience from the stage and how you will look while you'll be standing. Walk from where you will be seated to the place where you will be speaking. So the place which will be given to you, where you will be seated, to the place you have to go to stand and speak, you walk that distance, see how far it is, and this will also be like a rehearsal for you. So you will also see, you will be more comfortable with the space. So the chances of tripping or falling will be reduced hugely, and you will be very comfortable with your space, and you will get a better idea like where I'll be standing, where my audience will be sitting, how much is the distance between the stage and the audience, and all these things. Second step is know the audience. So now after you have known the room where you will be giving your speech, it is very important for you to know your audience. Try to greet some of the audience and chat with them. So before your speech starts, it is advisable that you greet some of your audience and chat with them. So friends are easier to talk to than a group of strangers. So once you form a level of familiarity with some of the people who are going to be there in the audience, it will help you, it will give you some kind of support while you are speaking on the stage. And you can start your speech by focusing on those friends, so that it will give you a boost and it will give you a lot of confidence, and you can, take it from there. So it is always advisable to first chat up with some of the people who will be there as audience, and form a good rapport with them, share your intention, share your topic of speech, and then when you are there on the stage while you are speaking, you look at those people and speak. So this will also give you a lot of positivity. This will give you a positive feedback from those people. And when the audience will see that a certain section of the audience is responding positively to you, it will create a ripple effect of more and more positivity and agreeability with you. So this will work a lot in your favor. Third tip is know your material, your content. Whatever topic you plan to speak on, you should know it thoroughly, because mostly at the end of the speech, there is a question answer round. So unless and until you have prepared your material well, you will not be able to handle the question answer round. And if you do goof up, if you do mistake, if you are not able to answer the questions properly, so it will not create that level of trust and influence on the audience. So you have to try to speak, you have to try to know your material as much as possible. Speak about things you know or that interest you. Study your material until you know it. Practice your speech. So study your material until you know it means that you should be thoroughly comfortable with the topic you are going to speak on. It should be on your tips. You should speak well. You should relate with your audience, and you should be, very much prepared and looking forward to handle the question answer round. And for to achieve all this, you have to practice your speech beforehand to see where you have to speak about the sales trend, or maybe the forecast, maybe some facts and figure. So accordingly, you can practice your speech to make it more interesting. The fourth step says, learn how to relax. Sit comfortably with your back straight. Breathe in slow. Hold your breath for 4 to 5 seconds and then slowly exhale. This breathing technique has really helped people to, this is kind of a meditation which helps them to centralize their thoughts, to focus their thoughts on the action which is needed thereafter. They're able to focus all their energy on the task at hand, and it will also reduce their fears. To relax your facial muscles, open your mouth wide and eyes wide, and then close them tightly. Pause and open them again. Now, again, this is another exercise which helps you to relax your facial muscles, because when, tight lip is again one of the fears, one of the problems which occur when people go on the stage to speak. They are not able to open their mouth properly because of so much consciousness they feel. So to relax your facial muscles, you should try to do this exercise at least 4 or 5 times before going on the stage. So it will relax your facial muscles, and you will be, speak more naturally while you will be delivering your speech on the stage. Visualize yourself speaking. I have spoken about this point earlier, if you remember, where I said that before going on the stage, you have to envision yourself that you are standing there on the stage and you are speaking so well that the audience is listening. Interestingly, they are following what you are saying, they're nodding in agreement, and at the end, they give you a huge round of applause. So imagine yourself walking confidently to the podium, that's lectern. Imagine yourself speaking, your voice loud, clear, and assured. When you visualize yourself as successful, you will be successful. So this is the power of positive thinking. You have to visualize yourself as successful and you will be successful. So you have to focus, keep your thoughts focused on being successful rather than focusing on what might go wrong on the stage. So you have to imagine all these things, that you are walking confidently on the stage and you are, looking at your audience, you're maintaining eye contact, and your voice is loud and clear. You're looking confident. Your non-verbal body language is very confident and assured. Assured means that you know what you are going to do, you know what you are doing. And when you visualize yourself as successful, you will be successful. Realize people want you to succeed. Now, again, this is about mindset. So you have to keep that in mind, that you have to feel that people want you to succeed. Audience want speakers to be interesting, informative, and entertaining. They want you to succeed, not to fail. So audience want speakers to be, they want the speakers to be very interesting, and they should have good content. It should be informative, and the speaker should be entertaining in totality, if we say. They want you to succeed. They don't want you to fail. So go with this mindset on the stage, and it will really help you to boost up your confidence. You should feel like the audience sitting there is waiting for you to speak on that topic. They are, eagerly waiting for you to start your speech. They want to enrich themselves with your content. So this mindset will really help you to boost your confidence. Don't apologize for being nervous. Now, many a times it might happen that even if you have done a lot of practice at your end, you have planned and rehearsed beforehand, but when you go on the stage, you might feel some nervousness, you might feel that you are having a dry throat, or you might mumble, you might pronounce certain word wrong, or you might read wrongly. So that is perfectly okay. Most nervousness does not show, because what happened is the audience is listening to you in totality. They're not listening or focusing on the word to what you're saying. So if you don't say anything, nobody will notice. You don't apologize, nobody will even notice. But if you stop, if you pause, and if you apologize for your mistake, for your nervousness, all the attention of the audience will suddenly it will focus on that one mistake which you did, and it will distract them from what you are speaking. So better to avoid all these things and don't apologize for being nervous. Because to err is human. It is said that means it is very human to do mistakes. We all do mistakes. So that is okay. Next point says concentrate on your message. Your nervous feelings will ease as you focus your attention away from your fears. Concentrate on your message and your audience, not yourself. So while you are speaking, instead of keeping your focus on how am I standing, are my clothes okay, is my hair okay, is my my hand gestures, are they okay, am I using the stage properly? Don't keep your focus on all these things. Keep your focus on your message which you are conveying and on your audience. Take cues from your audience. As we have studied in communication, you should see what non-verbal cues your audience is giving to you and focus on that so that you can improve your speech. So keep your focus and your attention on your content rather than on your fears. So the more attention you will give to your message, the more energy you will be putting in delivering it efficiently and effectively. The next point says, turn nervousness into positive energy. The same nervous energy that causes stage fright can be an asset to you. Transform this energy into vitality and enthusiasm in delivering your speech. So when we are nervous, our body produces extra energy to get us into a fight or flight mode. That is, either you stay and fight with the situation or you flight, that is, you run away. Now, when you have to deliver on stage, you cannot run away. You have no option but to go on the stage and speak. So at that point of time, when you are in that fight mode, that extra energy which is building up in your body, you use it in creating a lot of vitality, energy, enthusiasm in your speech, which will leave an everlasting impression on your audience. So maybe you are your hands are shivering, or you are feeling your throat is dry, or you are fidgeting. This is again extra energy, like you are fidgeting, you are touching your hair again and again. Instead of that, focus on positive body language and focus on bringing in a lot of enthusiasm in your speech. This will create more interest in the audience and they will feel better connected to you. They will like your content better, and overall, your speech will be very successful. The next point says gain experience. Experience builds confidence and reduces anxieties. Volunteer to speak when possible to build your confidence. So it is called as public speaking skill. We don't say public speaking knowledge, because knowledge you can get anywhere, but skill you get only through practice. That is why we also say communication skills. So to improve your skills, you have to practice again and again. You have to get, volunteer wherever you get an opportunity, maybe in the class or anywhere where you have to speak. You should build up, you should just come out of your comfort zone and grab that opportunity and speak. Don't be afraid of the outcome. Don't be afraid what the others are going to say. But put your full focus on your speech. Put the full focus on the fact that you are speaking to to build your confidence as well as to improve your public speaking skills and reduce your anxieties and fears. So first time when you do this, it might be a little difficult. Second time, it will get a little easier. And henceforth, step by step, when again and again, when you get an opportunity to speak, you will finally feel that it is it comes to you very naturally. It is not like a forced habit which you are, which you are asked to do. The speaking in public will come as a very natural habit to you. And you will feel very, very relaxed. You will feel very much yourself while you will be speaking. And this will really, help you to reduce your public speaking fears. So this was all from my side. Today we have talked upon a very important topic, that is how to conquer the public speaking fears. And no, we generally, I mean, it would be like not admitting to it, but I'm sure each one of us have some fears about, going on the stage and speaking. But if you do practice, if you plan and rehearse, as well as you follow these 10 things which I have discussed with you right now to overcome your fear, so it will really help you to deliver a good speech. It will help you to be more comfortable with your audience, and it will make your content more interesting and your audience will feel more engaged. So this was all from my side, dear students. I hope you found this topic really interesting, because this is one of my favorite topics. And when we will meet, we will discuss this more. We will practice more of speeches. and we will take it from there. So take care of yourself till we meet again. Thank you.